current and former champions, top prospects, newcomers, and grizzled veterans will compete. 2 by 2, these slappers will face each other in elimination matches until only one man remains. One of these slappers will win 3 fights tonight and leave PLN Studios with SlapFIGHT Gold. This is a new style of slap tournament, so buckle up your helmets, kids. It's time to find out just who will be the last man standing. Hello, friends. My name is JT Tilley, and welcome to PLN Studios right here in the beautiful Ozark Mountains. I'm here, as always, with my commentary partner, and I don't know if you can hear, we got a crazy crowd tonight. I've got Mark the Hammer Coleman here and all of the usual suspects, and we have got the last man standing middleweight tournament. This is a tournament with 10 of the best middleweight slappers on the planet, and tonight they're going to face each other one at a time in 5-round fights until only one man remains, the last man standing. Let's hear it, guys. So first up, what we're going to do is we're going to let you get a good look at each one of our 10 competitors, and so let's go ahead and roll the package for our first contestant.
SlapFIGHT Championship Last Man Standing. Please welcome OKUMA 915. Your next contestant, BISCUIT! Please welcome Tio! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome OKIE Savage! Contestant, he is back! welcome Slim Reaper! Contestant SlapKAGE! The real deal. Gentlemen, your next contestant, Slap Daddy! And your final contestant, Psycho! All of your contestants lined up. First, it's OKUMA 915. BISCUIT, Tio, OKIE Savage, Bad Influence, Slim Reaper, SlapKAGE, The Real Deal, Slap Daddy, and Psycho.
All right, there you have it, guys. This is the 10-man last man standing middleweight tournament, Mark. Fantastic looking card. And here's the situation, gentlemen. Every one of you, we've spoken multiple times throughout the course of the last month and a half in the booking of this card. And everybody's been very frustrated with me because I haven't been able to tell anybody who their matchup is. So you got 10 people standing here who have no idea who they're going to be fighting tonight. And I promised you that I would tell you who you'd be fighting last night. And then last night I told you had to wait until today. So here we are live on air, and you still have no idea who you're fighting or when you're fighting. So I'm going to let you off the hook. Tonight you will choose your own opponent.
Yeah!
So here is how the last man standing works. We had a random draw earlier tonight, and SlapKAGE and Teo will fight each other for the amateur spot. The rest of you will choose your opponent, and here's how it will work. Dallin or myself will pull a name from a hat. When the name comes out of the hat, the fighter whose name is chosen will have 60 seconds to step out front of the pack and choose which one of the other middleweights he wants to call out. The middleweight that he calls out will have 30 seconds to decide to accept or decline the fight. If you accept, the fight will happen on site immediately. If you decline, that's okay. You can step back in the pack, but you will give up the first slap after the next challenge. You have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about this? For example, if I were to call out Mark Coleman and he doesn't want the fight, he can decline the fight, but he has to accept the next challenge no matter who it's from, and he doesn't get to slap first, which, as you know, that's the end of Mark Coleman. These are not jokes. All right, so what we're going to do, friends, is we're going to give you just a second to digest that. We're going to move you all over into the viewing area, and you will all be on stage tonight for the entire tournament. Some of you will fight within the next 5 minutes. Some of you will fight an hour from now. So prepare yourselves mentally, gentlemen, and I'm going to go ahead and have our host, Dallin Getling, get you guys in place while we show our viewers the rules of slap fight.
Sport is not for everyone. This sport is for you. This is slap fight. All right, folks, let's take a look at the rules of slap fight. First off, no clubbing. All competitors must land their strikes with an open hand. The heel of the hand may make contact but cannot extend past the chin. Next, no stepping. Feet must be planted shoulder width apart, and there can be no pivoting or stepping when striking. And finally, no flinching. Small reactions are allowed, but any movement that affects the power of the strike is a foul.
All right, Dallin, are you ready for this? Okay, we've got our first quarterfinal matchup. Because I was a bit ill-prepared, I have borrowed the hat of Mark Coleman. Believe me, there were better options. I've got all 10 names in the hat, and the name that's drawn first. Should I put this one back and get a different one? Slap Daddy.
Pick of the litter. So go ahead and put that on, that jersey on. And as soon as you get that on, as soon as you figure out which way is front, you will have 60 seconds to choose your competitor. So you can choose any one of these guys and start the clock now. You have 60 seconds. You can ask me questions, but you have 60 seconds.
I feel like a good match between me and I know a lot of other people on Facebook have said it'd be me and Biscuit.
You and Biscuit, you calling them out?
Yes, sir.
All right, so go ahead and go on that side of the barrel. Biscuit, come up here. All right, brother. So just to reiterate, you do have the option to decline. If you decline, you will have to accept the next challenge, and you will not be getting you will be receiving the first slap. So you have 30 seconds to decide whether you want to decline or whether you want to accept.
I wouldn't be a slap happy hippie if I declined, so I'll accept.
The slap happy hippie said, "I'm down. I'm down." So go ahead and put that jersey on.
So this is an interesting matchup here. Biscuit
Right or left-handed?
Challenge
Slap
against
Daddy?
Slap
Right-handed.
Daddy. Slap Daddy, right-handed slapper.
All right,
He's
so
going to be cornered by
our
the
lead
legend,
official,
Rocky Moore.
Kyron Bowen.
Biscuit will be cornered by Frank the Tank. Let's listen in, Mark.
You got your cut in. Go ahead and step up.
All right, so this, Mark, this
Tank.
is scheduled for 5 rounds, pardon me. On the gold side of the barrel, we have Frank the Tank, the legend. And on the right side, the bad boy of slap fighting, Rocky Moore. Now, Rocky will be cornering Slap Daddy, who just ran to the back. I don't know if he ran out the back door, or maybe he forgot his purse or something. But it looks like Biscuit is ready for lovin'.
Just like that, we're live, JT. I love the way you set this up. The mastermind, I'm impressed again. It's going to be one hell of a night of slaps.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. This is a matchup I didn't anticipate. I really thought there was going to be another call out from Slap Daddy. So this is going to be a fun fight. The rest of these guys, Mark, over here sitting in this section, right now their minds are racing.
Yes.
They're trying to figure out who am I going to call out, who made weight, who didn't make weight.
Just brilliant.
All right, here we go. This is the first quarterfinal match, friends. Slap Daddy in the black from Moline, Illinois, and from Fulton, Missouri, Biscuit in the gold.
Nice and heavy Biscuit is. He said he put on 10 pounds since last night's weigh-in. So, you know, I like big guys.
All right, Biscuit's going to slap first.
Wow. Pay attention to this first one.
As always, our lead official, Kyron Bowen, best in the business. There is no more experienced slap official on the planet than Kyron Bowen. All right, here we go. Now, we've invited some fans tonight, Mark. We've got a real respectful audience here, but they are prone to going absolutely apeshit. So be careful.
First time this close, JT. This is really unique. This is neat. I love it.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Laced him a little bit.
Okay, so did you see John kind of vibrate there?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Very weird because he didn't get hit hard. That's
I'm
scary.
going to be honest with you. I've actually had conversations with him before where he mentioned to me that that's something that happens with him. Okay. So let's keep our eyes on that. Now, Biscuit kind of missed his mark. It wasn't a great slap.
The most accurate guy in the sport.
John ate it and stayed in the pocket. So, you know, we'll see if Biscuit will continue to win decisions all the way to the title or if he can drop somebody on his way through here. John Kennedy joined SlapFIGHT Championship last year from another promotion. We love having John. Slap Daddy, they call him. Slap Daddy's catching his mark. Here we go. Here's your wind-up. 2, 3. Okay. Not a horrible slap, also not a great slap.
Good tuck, good chin tuck. He's got to tuck pretty good.
I get a lot of comments, Mark, about Biscuit's headpiece. And people say he shouldn't be allowed to wear it, but as you can see, it does not cover the strike zone.
Not at all. It's fine.
We have a conversation about the cotton balls. 1, 2, 3.
Big slap.
There we go again. You see, he does like a little stanky leg there.
I don't like that. Wow.
Again, all of our competitors wear cotton balls in their ears to protect their eardrums from damage.
Nice accurate slap there.
Yeah, 2024, the Legacy Award for Biscuit. He was the most accurate slapper in the league. 96.4% of his slaps were accurate. Least penalties in the game.
You let me know he's been in the weight room trying to add to that power.
He didn't win any of the awards for attractiveness or sex appeal, but he did win cleanest. All right, Slap Daddy back to the barrel. It is the bottom of the second round, and here we roll, Mark. Oh, and a slap to the forehead, and we've got a clubbing
Big
warning.
Club. That was a wild pitch.
Right. Didn't do much damage, just messed up the hat of Biscuit. But so far at this point in the fight, neither one of these gentlemen have really landed a big shot. John Slap Daddy Kennedy is yet to taste the goodness of the Biscuit.
Right here, it's time.
Here we go. John's shaking a little bit here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a big shot! Staggers back, but does not go down. Let's go! Slap Daddy stays in the pocket, eats a big shot.
Good close fight right here.
And Biscuit throwing some power. Slap Daddy taking a second here to recover, clear the cobwebs. But so far, no knockdowns on either side of the barrel. Also, no beauty pageants won.
He cannot afford to miss here. He can't afford a club. That'll be death.
No No doubt about that, Mark. All right, Slap Daddy getting ready to tee off again here. Here's the windup, Mark. Whoa, and a great slap. Slap Daddy. Big shot, clean slap. Very few penalties. Okay, Biscuit says no break. Let's keep rolling here.
Neither man taking a ton of damage.
4th round mark. Here's the windup. With another slobber knocker, Mark. And Slap Daddy stays on his feet, but visibly affected.
Yeah, they're adding up, starting to add up. 8-man tournament. Long night.
Little by little, we see Slap Daddy stays on his feet. Biscuit's doing a little dance here. He knows he's got him hurt, but we've seen Slap Daddy hurt before. He's got 40 or 50 professional MMA fights. So really, he could just punch Biscuit and end the whole thing. All right, you can see here, Slap Daddy's corner man, Rocky, has inched up just a little bit here.
Good, solid.
Real good shot.
Nice.
Feels like Slap Daddy's dialing in a little bit, Mark. He's starting to get
dialing in. That club's standing out right now. Might be the difference in this fight, that club that he had.
Slap, but it made a little bit of an impression there.
This is a close fight.
Yeah, it's a real close fight. You can see on the face of Slap Daddy that he's fine. He's not rocked at all. A little bit of blood on the towel there. You know, if you're the corner man of Slap Daddy, you don't show that blood, Mark. You don't want the judges to see that you're bleeding. This is such a close fight. You've also got Biscuit over here not taking his breaks. And now he's singing yum yum yum.
I like that when they don't take breaks.
Yeah, he calls himself Biscuit the Slap Happy Hippie. That's probably partially responsible for his behavior, but I have a few other ideas of what might be causing that.
One of the favorites.
All right, here we go
tonight.
Yes.
You know what that's all about, playing with his beard. With a scratchy chin. Here we go, JT.
Oh, and another shot to the forehead, Mark. That's going to be a club for sure.
Yeah.
And he's going to call it. It looks like we've got a penalty here. And that means... And that was the final slap of the match. Okay. All right, that's it. That's going to be the match. We're going to go to the judges' scorecards.
Don't he get another one?
He does, but
he might need it to win this fight.
Well, here's the situation here. The commission will only allow a maximum of 15 rounds for each guy tonight. So in this particular situation, we can't award a bonus slap.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a winner by decision. Your winner, moving on, Biscuit!
Oh my God.
There you have it, Mark. Let's take a look here at the post-fight interview with our host, Dallin Getling.
All right, brother. So congratulations. I noticed that you were wanting to go that fast pace. You wanted to just keep going. Was that to eliminate, like, prolonging the damage, some swelling? What was the thoughts behind that?
It's kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off. You just want to do it real quick and just get it over with.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how you feeling? It looks like you didn't take too much damage.
I mean, he's got a good hit, but I mean, I'm all right. I can make it round 2.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to.
Oh, yeah.
So good job. You got picked, but you got the victory. Now, are you glad that you accepted it, obviously, at this point? Or you think are you second-guessing?
Nah, I say, if anybody, even if Frank had hit me up, I'd fight him. I wouldn't
Frank?
like it, but I do it.
See, I have to correct myself. I didn't think you took too much damage, but now I'm second guessing that. All right, brother. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Your winner, Biscuit.
All right, Mark Coleman, that was our first quarterfinal matchup.
Good start to the night.
Good start. That's not the start I expected. How about you?
Well,
I didn't expect
the pick, but I did. Biscuit's one of my favorites here, and he pulled that out pretty.
Now, you picked
good.
Biscuit earlier tonight. We talked. You picked Biscuit as your dark horse.
No.
Yeah, of course you did.
No, I didn't. You got
you
it
switched
wrong,
your dark
JT.
horse right before we went
No,
live.
I didn't switch my dark horse.
Yeah, you did, because I want to out you.
Biscuit's one of my favorites. Let's go on from
No,
there.
actually, he doesn't like Biscuit. He picked a different dark horse right before we went live. I'm going to slide in and take Biscuit as my dark horse, and that's going to enhance the bet we made. So the next matchup is about to come out of Mark's stank hat. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome your next challenger.
Can you read?
It's Braille. Bad Influence.
Who's he going to pick, JT?
No idea. Let's listen in, Mike.
All right, man. So you've seen how it works a little bit. You probably had a little bit of time to think about it. Do you already know who you're wanting to get, or do you need that 60 seconds? Okay, we're gonna get your jersey out here, but you look them over. You got the 60 seconds has started.
I'm gonna make Slim make it.
Oh, wow. Didn't you say Slim Reaper was your dark horse, Mark?
It's one of the favorites. It wasn't Slim. He wasn't my dark horse.
The Slim Reaper. So Bad Influence has called out the light heavyweight champion, Slim Reaper.
You don't need to think about it. He's ready to go. All right, well, let's get your jersey
What a
on. Let's do
matchup
this.
here. What a call out. Called out the light heavyweight champ. I like it.
All right, so Slim Reaper cornered by Frank the Tank. Bad Influence cornered by Rocky Moore. This is a great matchup. I didn't think we'd see this one either, but it looks like Bad Influence is going to go ahead and take one of the top seeds in the tournament as his first choice, Mark.
That's something. Confidence. I like it.
All right, now there's a little bit of a situation here with this matchup. Bad Influence did not make weight, and so therefore he will not have the first shot. That means Slim Reaper will have the first slap of this 5-round scheduled matchup. What do you think, Mark?
This is going to be a collision. He's a big guy, Slim Reaper, one of the best ever. I wish he was a little more size to him, but he looks healthy.
Yeah, Slim Reaper, the current light heavyweight champion, he's cut quite a bit of weight to get down here to middleweight. Last year, I believe it was last December, he challenged Runt for the middleweight championship, and he lost. And he wants another shot, and through this tournament is how he's going to get that shot. Bad Influence, on the other hand, just coming off of his third match, he's 2-1, and he's looking to win 3 fights tonight, make it 5-1, and take home the belt.
Big matchup for round 1.
All right, now Bad Influence has a perfect tuck here. You can see shoulders are back. Chin's now a little bit down, and our lead official is going to go ahead and fix that now.
Yeah.
Got to see the pathway to the chin, and here we go. Kyron's explaining no obstruction, so you can tuck your chin, but you can't raise your shoulders to the point where the pathway to the lovin' is blocked. So
Here we go.
Slim Reaper taking his time here. Gentle caress on Bad Influence cheek.
1, 2, 3. Bang!
And Bad Influence eats it and stays in the pocket.
Here we go. Slim Reaper always in wars, man.
Yeah, Slim Reaper.
He gets better as he goes every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
First one's big.
He's expecting a hard fight. I'm sure he's going to get one here. But this is going to be the first time Bad Influence gets a chance to slap the champ.
Here we go.
Checking his placement.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, and he slugs him in the jaw. That's going to be a club. Just going to be a warning, though. Got him with just a little bit of a bad technique there. Just a warning. He's going to be in a position where if he clubs again, Mark, he will lose a turn. But at this point, it's just a warning, and it's merely a flesh wound.
But also in the judge's mind, you kind of lose points on that slap.
Yeah, if this is a close match, the judges will definitely take into consideration that warning. But otherwise, not so much. Look at the face of Bad Influence. He's ready to take this shot, and he's definitely got the jaw to experience 5 rounds here, as does Slim.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, and he eats another shot from Slim.
Slid by a little bit of miss there.
And that wasn't Slim's best slap, but so far we're about halfway through this match and no power shots, which is interesting.
Not a good sign. So I expect more starting right here.
Now Slim Reaper he's fought in several tournaments. He's won a couple of tournaments with SlapFIGHT Championship, but he's also suffered some injuries within the tournaments, and a lot of those injuries have been to his hands. So he's going to have to be very, very careful here in these firefights.
Good tuck there.
Yeah, that's a real nice tuck. Here we go.
2, 3.
All right. These guys are trading some shots here. We're in the 3rd round, Mark. It's difficult to know who's winning this match. I think Slim Reaper's got the edge in experience, and so he could pull something out here at the end. But Bad Influence is content just to trade slaps, it seems. Neither could ask for a better
Close on
opponent.
the power shots. Not much power so far, but accuracy. Slim Reaper's got that. So it's a close fight. We need a big one right here from him.
True.
Veteran he is. I expect a big one right here.
Yeah, this would be the round. Slim Reaper fighting southpaw tonight. Good tuck from Bad Influence.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, now that was a good slap. That was a good slap.
Ate that one like nothing.
Yeah. Bad Influence does not go down. He has yet to go down in any of his fights.
Yeah, well,
And,
super chin.
We're in the bottom of the 4th here. Bottom of the 3rd, excuse me. Our timekeeper is flashing me fancy hand signals, Mark. I didn't know there was hand signals for that, but now the bottom of the 3rd looked like he was repping West Side.
Here we go.
I looked at Chin Reaper's mouthpiece. It said Kellogg's. This is a big slap here.
Good stance.
Slim Reaper eats another one.
Slim's timing it good.
Yeah, really, really a good fight so far. Very, very close. At this point, you know Bad Influence is kicking himself for that warning.
Yeah.
But anything can still happen. We've got some time here. Bad Influence standing at the barrel waiting. Slim Reaper taking a moment here, clearing the cobwebs. Another good slap from Slim, and Bad Influence eats it and stays in the pocket. So what we've seen here, Mark, is these guys both have incredible chins, but keep in mind, either one of these two guys, could end up going 15 rounds tonight, and that could make a difference. The key with these early fights is to get in, get the best matchup possible, finish it, and go recover for the semis. So this is definitely not ultimately the best situation for either one of these two gentlemen.
That's the thing about these 5 rounders. You need them for the tournament, but a lot of times guys are just getting started.
Yeah, agreed. Now sitting over in the fighter section, we see OKIE Savage, we see The Real Deal, Psycho, and OKUMA 915. Any one of them could be up next.
1, 2, 3. Good slap.
Good slap. And Slim eats another one. Top of the 5th. Great cornermen tonight. Between Frank the Tank and Rocky Moore, these two guys have over 200 rounds of slap experience. And that's as good as it gets. This is Slim's final slap of the match, Mark. This is where it counts. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a good slap, but it didn't make a dent. Clean fight. Clean fight from Slim Reaper.
Clean fight is key.
Oh, it looks like we got a club warning. Did you call the club? Okay, we've got a club. Remember the part where I said clean fight from Slim Reaper? Dirty fight from Slim Reaper. All right, so now this
changes everything.
Yeah, it changes something. This
evens things up.
This puts us in a silly situation. Now we've got Bad Influence with an opportunity here. Oh man, this is an interesting situation. Who do you have winning, Mark?
It's going to come down to this slap here. For me, right now, it's as close as it gets.
Come on, guys. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Good slap.
All right. And he doesn't make a dent. Wow. Fantastic fight from these two guys. I think, what's going on? Yeah, for sure. Don't apologize to me for doing your job. So that's going to be the end of that match, and we're going to wait here for just a moment, and we'll hear
one for the judges.
Hear the judges' decisions. That's 5 stank rounds, just old dookie rounds, man. But you're wearing that mouthpiece wrong, Slim. So I'm going to give him just a second here, and I don't know why they're talking about it. It's in the earpiece. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Slim Reaper wins the fight.
I think I had that.
I really didn't have a pick here, Mark. I had no idea who the winner was.
Just
but
by the slightest of margins.
I can't wait to see the ballots and see how that went down. Let's listen in.
I know you like to give a shout out, so go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I got a homegirl that's got a son that's 6 years old. He just turned 6 today. I want to wish him a happy birthday. My niece turned 24 also. I want to wish her a happy birthday. I want to give a shout out to my homie Charlie and all my family, and appreciate everybody that's supporting me and watching me.
All right, man, we'll go recover. We'll see you in a little bit. Slim Reaper!
All right, Mark Coleman, we are back, and that was our second quarterfinal matchup. Now, things get a little bit dicey here for the third draw from your stank hat, because the third draw is going to have a lot of opportunity here. So let's take a look at the field. We've got SlapKAGE and Teo. Now, these two gentlemen are going to fight in a little while for the alternate spot for the tournament, but for now, they're going to sit tight in case we have an injury and one of them has to sit in. So that means that the four remaining choices would be Psycho. Psycho's a new fighter. He's part of the Frank the Tank's camp. OKUMA 915, the former middleweight champion. The Real Deal, back row. And over here in the front, we've got the OKIE Savage from Oklahoma.
Lots of beef.
One of these four names is about to come out of the hat, and whoever's name is drawn is going to have a lot of control over the matchups. Not only will this person be able to decide their matchup, but thereby also the other quarterfinal matchup. So it's a big responsibility, and we're going to get that name now. OKUMA 915.
Who is he going to pick?
Wow, this is going to be interesting.
I don't know. One of the new guys for sure.
You got plenty of time to think about it. Do you need any time?
Nope.
Need more time? You know?
Yep.
Is it? Oh, okay. The Real Deal.
Yeah. Of course he did. Oh, this is going to be big. Lots of history with these two guys.
Let's get your jersey on. Yep, over here.
Okay, so this is interesting.
You're here. It looks like you're already taking your place. I'm taking it, and that means you are not declining. Is that accurate?
Let's get it done. Let's do it.
Okay, let's get your jersey on.
It's personal, JT.
Yeah, this is personal.
Ladies and gentlemen,
both great guys, but they got sideways on the internet, Mark.
915 versus the Real Deal.
Now, what that means, Mark Coleman, what that means is our next fight, we already know, will be Psycho versus OKIE Savage. And so they're already over there getting prepared mentally for the match. But this match is an interesting match. These guys got sideways with each other on the internet. They had all kinds of crazy things to say. And then I think it calmed down a little bit and they became friends. Now, it looks like maybe one of them was wanting a little bit more than what we thought. So OKUMA has called out the Real Deal, Amir Nuruddin. Amir has instantly accepted, and now it's OKUMA putting on all of his things while Amir waits at the barrel. Amir with his Ronald McDonald's Nikes tonight. And we've got OKUMA 915 with his weird toe shoes. So no man has the advantage here with the footwear. Both of these guys silly.
Yeah, talking to both guys.
Frank the Tank in the corner of the Real Deal. Rocky Moore in the corner of OKUMA. It's 5 rounds. Mark Coleman, who you got?
I'm going to watch. It's two of the best here. It's definitely not squash. Talking to them backstage. Both guys don't like each other. Amir was my...
He was your dark horse. Yeah, that's true.
But that doesn't mean I picked him to win the show. It means I like him.
Yeah, that's right. You did change to Amir, but it was Biscuit at one point. Then
Amir was the first guy I said.
No, you're just saying stuff.
No, I didn't.
You're just saying stuff.
Bullshit.
Mark, you're just crazy. You don't know what's
What
going
did
on
I say
with you.
first?
Well, first you said just some name from
You
the
said
1900s,
Biscuit.
man.
You
I
said
couldn't
Biscuit.
remember who it was.
Biscuit was never my dark
You were in
horse.
a weird haze,
Biscuit
and you
was
just
never
said
my
some
dark
weird
horse.
political
He was
names.
one of my favorites.
So you have Amir picked
Amir
over
was my dark
OKUMA.
horse. It doesn't mean I pick him over anybody. It just means I don't know.
Well, when you get done with that, tell me who you're picking.
Oh, here?
Yeah. Who's your guy? You gonna pick your dark horse, or you gonna pick against him?
Not picking. It's too close.
That's cowardly, Mark Coleman.
Well, he was my dark horse until I found out he got dropped 4 times, so that changed the whole game.
I understand.
I didn't know he got dropped 4 times.
Hey, it happens, man.
Well, I know, but it changed the whole game.
I understand.
I might be going with OKUMA here.
When will you know?
Ready?
Who you got?
I tell you what, man.
You got to pick?
Well, I was just going to pick the opposite of you so that I didn't have to pick between friends. But
you're not really picking if you do that.
I'll be honest with you. This is exciting. The room is electric. The crowd is
Here we go.
absolutely electric here. There's a lot of tension. And Amir has the first slap on OKUMA. Here we go, Mark Coleman.
Oh, little flinch.
A little bit of a flinch. Yeah, I think they're going to call it, Mark. It really wasn't much of a flinch, but it was enough to call. This match has title implications.
Is that a warning?
That's a warning for OKUMA 915. Not a crazy flinch, just keeping it clean. Amir's got a good tuck there, and he's decided this time he's going to want to wear his mouthpiece. That's a good. I'm glad he had that presence of thought because I didn't know. All right, the Real Deal. He went with us with Pro League Network last month to Coachella. Competed in Karjitsu. This is his second slap fight match, and he's fighting a champ. Oh, and nice. Yeah. He eats it. Amir eats it. Wow.
Coming out swinging like the young OKUMA. That was power on that.
Yeah, that was a nice shot, but you got to give it to Amir. He swallowed that, and he's already back.
That's big for Amir.
OKUMA's waiting at the barrel. Real Deal's going to just take a short little half break here, and he's already back at the barrel. Oh, great slap from Amir, and OKUMA says, "Come right back, come right back to the barrel."
Yeah.
Oh, it's a power play from OKUMA. Amir still in it, still clear-eyed.
That's how he works.
Second strike from OKUMA.
That was a shot.
Okay, Amir's going to take a knee here.
Get up.
Holy smokes.
Get up.
Wow.
12 years wrestling experience. Get up.
All right, Amir's okay.
That was big.
I can see on his face he's a little bit pissed off, Mark, but he's clear-eyed, and he's going to take his full 60 seconds here. OKUMA says, "Come back to the barrel."
I tell you, he was pissed. It's OKUMA.
Yeah, OKUMA's ready to fight.
Tonight.
Now, here's the thing. Both of these guys are veterans. I don't think either one of them's going to get wrapped up in the drama, but right now
it's fighting.
OKUMA has made a big statement here, but it's far from over, Mark. Okay, so that's one knockdown here at Slap Fight Championship. 3 knockdowns is a TKO. This is round 3.
1, 2, 3.
He says, "Come back."
Oh,
And Amir has damaged his right hand, Mark.
Oh, wow.
Amir's got a problem here. He's trying to hide it from the judges, but
Kuma won't let him go.
Kuma doesn't want to leave the barrel. He wants to speed run. Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, Kuma 915. Wow.
Woo!
Amir almost
Let's
left
go!
the mark.
Come on, Amir.
He was
Let's go,
headed
buddy.
backstage.
Stay in there. Come on.
All right, the real deal's taking a second here, and Okuma is still at the barrel, Mark. He says, come back to the barrel.
Face is crooked.
Now, Amir is a veteran. He's going to take his time here. He knows better. Here he comes. Amir looks a little worse for wear here, Mark. Big, big watermelon on the side of Amir's face.
I mean, he's thinking about backing out of this. I'm glad he's not.
He may be thinking about it, but I think in the end he'll stay in the pocket.
There.
The real deal, no stranger to combat. He's going to stay right here in the fight, and here we go with everything he's got. He needs a miracle, Mark. Let's come back to the barrel.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
What a fight.
Bottom of the fourth. Okuma is speed running this match, Coleman.
Oh, it's
Okuma 915.
over. No, it ain't. Get off. Get off. It's two.
Stepping. Oh, and we've got a warning for stepping.
Wow, get off.
We've got a warning for stepping. It's just a warning.
Get up.
But Amir may pull out.
Amir, get up, buddy. Get to your feet.
The real deal taking his full break here. He's taking a big, big shot.
Come on, Amir, get
And
up.
it looks like he may be out.
Get up.
If Amir is out, the tournament rules state that we go to the scorecards, and whoever was winning at the point of the penalty will win the match.
Oh,
So
this was a
if Amir
domination.
stays down, we go to the scorecards. If he stands up, we continue.
It's 4 rounds to none. Okuma, man, he's
The medic
on
is
fire.
taking a look, and the medic says he can slap.
Let's go.
All right, the medic is saying we're okay to continue.
Let's go.
The medic took a good look at him. He says we're okay, but you can see here that this is Okuma's fight.
Oh, dominating this fight. He's
Here's
on
the thing,
fire, bro.
at the risk of the fighters hearing us, Amir could have stayed down and this fight would have been over. We would have went to the scorecards. Standing back up, he's forgiving that stepping warning.
Takes 2 to put on a great fight. Ooh, little miss there.
Yeah, not a great
Hurting
slap.
the heart. Fighting for his heart now.
All right, the real deal, tough guy. These movements by Okuma during the match are not affecting the slaps. Okuma looks like he's trying to bury the hatchet here, Mark.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was
But
over.
it doesn't look like it by
Oh, no.
looking at his face.
Watch out. No mercy. Bam! Hold
And there you have it, friends. The real deal, tough guy, but Okuma speed run all the way through him and transfers himself to the semifinals. Wow.
Look at that.
That's going to be a match. That's a knockout. The medic's going to take Amir back to the back. We're going to take a look at him and see if he needs to be transported to a medical facility, and we will keep you posted.
It takes 2 guys to put on something like that, JT.
Yeah, it was a great fight.
God bless Amir, man. He could have quit at any time.
Yeah, it was really great. Minimal
like
penalties. Okuma 915 putting on a show, but let's keep in mind he's got another fight coming later.
Got to bring it down. He's got to bring it back down. He's got 2 more fights. You don't want to waste all your energy.
Let's
man.
listen in here, Mark.
Yeah! Fired up. He's a little light, but man, he's
About
speedy.
this crowd in a frenzy. You know, I was a little worried about you. Came in a little bit lighter than normal. I was thinking, well, maybe he's not going to be as powerful. But man, you were on fire tonight. You were motivated. Tell me what was going on through your mind, because it looked like something was motivating you there.
I just don't like the tacky shit talking, the tacky bad mouthing, and you know, I keep it respectful, and I got respect for everybody who comes up to this barrel, so I'm ready for anybody.
Gotcha. So there, I did see a little bit of respect there at the end. Do you feel like you got that out of your system, and now you guys are good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Right on, man. That's all it takes. So, congratulations. You got a shout out to anybody?
I want to shout out my mom. I want to shout out my work, Sip Yard. Everybody that supports me. Thank y'all.
All right, great job, man. We'll see you in a little bit. OKUMA 915.
All right, Mark Coleman. So that was probably my fight of the night so far. We still have an entire card left to go, but OKUMA 915 making a statement. We now have OKUMA 915. We have the Slim Reaper, and of course the first fight was won by BISCUIT. Okay, so three very, very experienced men, and our last two competitors are two of the least experienced in the tournament. We're going to go ahead and bring them out now. Our first competitor for the fourth quarter final is going to be OKIE Savage. Let's bring him out.
Inexperienced, but he's a savage, and he's the favorite of this tournament by the odds makers.
Yeah, the odds makers like OKIE Savage. He comes from Oklahoma. He's from my stomping grounds, actually. And this is an arm wrestler from Oklahoma who recently joined with SlapFIGHT. He's having a great career. He's now 2 wins, 1 loss. And his opponent is going to be Frank the Tank's newest prodigy, Psycho. Let's bring Psycho out. Now, Psycho, I know, Mark, he's been around a long time. He's been studying, and he's ready for this challenge. But this is a big challenge for a guy. And he knew when I told him there's a dark horse position open in the tournament, and I said, we're going to put one newcomer. He said, I'll take it. Give it to me. And he's been at the last several shows asking for shots, and this is his shot.
Yeah.
And as you can see here, he's ready to rock, man.
Yeah, I got to talk to him backstage. He's got his life together, spent some time in prison. He got to meet Frank and spent some time training with him, but one session with Frank's like 50 with another guy.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Now, OKIE Savage has been in the game for about a year, but he's been studying the game for a while. He came to us through Big Action. Big Action is one of my favorite middleweights. He's actually the only middleweight that is not in this tournament other than our champion, Runt.
When it comes to strength and power.
All right, here we go, Mark. This is another 5-round quarterfinal match, and this will determine which of these two gentlemen will be the fourth semifinalist in the last man standing tournament. All right, our lead official, Kyron Bowen, just going through the rules explanation. And here's our coin toss.
Big toss.
And OKIE Savage has won the toss. He's going to have the first slap.
Big, thick clubs of hands.
Yeah, he's got big hammer hands. Now, I'll be honest with you, Psycho's not afraid. This is a tough guy, but this is a tough draw for a newcomer in the tournament. 2-1 versus 0-0.
Prison will toughen you up.
perfect tuck. He's got a perfect tuck.
Real good tuck.
Okie Savage is playing with him here. He said, lift your chin up, and he did. Here we go. Oh, no, and we've got a club right off the bat. Holy smokes.
Good start.
We're going to have a clubbing warning here. That was a pretty ugly shot there, but it's not just a warning.
Way up here.
Just a warning. If there's another violation, he's going to lose a turn. Now, Okie Savage doesn't like that. In fact, neither does his woman.
Looked like a pair of club to me for sure. But
one of the fun things about Okie Savage is when he fights, we get to see his woman in the crowd completely losing her shit. First round, bottom of first
here. Really tough.
Oh! Okie Savage on his feet! Whoa! Here's the problem, Mark. We had a little bit of a shoulder roll forward, which caused that slap to have a weird trajectory. I don't know that they're going to call the flinch on it, but if there was any just sensitivity that there may have, just any sensitivity that there would be in a club there was caused by the shoulder lift, and they're going to have that conversation now. And this is a good break for Okie because this gives him just a little bit more time to recover, Mark. But he had his bell rung. And thereby, his woman is now an unofficial corner man for the room.
I don't know if I can handle that. I do know I can't handle that.
Well, if you need to go over and say something to her, you go right ahead.
He's my woman.
But I'm not backing you up on that one. All right, let's get serious, boys. It's the second round here, and shit has gotten real quickly.
Real nuts.
Okie Savage winding up.
Club again.
Another club. I don't know if they're going to call that one. I think it looked about as close as it can be, but it looks like they're going to let that one slide, and that's fair because the other one,
like a club.
It did sound like a club, but it didn't do a lot of damage. So we're going to move on here.
It was high. It was high again.
Yeah, the thing about SlapFIGHT Championship, if you'll notice the sweatband on the wrist of each competitor, if that sweatband disappears behind the chin or the forehead, the extension of the wrist there will be clubbing, and in that case, it was very, very close. So they're letting it slide, and I think that's probably fair. But that's a lucky break for Okie Savage. Good tuck this time.
Bam!
See now, he lifted the shoulder up again.
Shoulder again.
I don't think Okie Savage realizes he's doing that. It's really, it's inadvertent.
Okie, you're moving it forward.
Mark, you can't corner the competitors. We're in the commentary booth.
Oh, well,
that's okay. I don't think he was listening. Yeah.
No, you're doing it.
That shoulder's lifting up just as that slap comes in. I don't think Okie realizes that's happening. It's just a real minute movement, but it's hitting the slap, and it's changing the trajectory. So
shake your head and do it again, you're in trouble.
Yeah, we've got a real ugly battle going here. This is not a pretty fight, but it is high risk and it is exciting. Okie doesn't like these violations. He doesn't believe in these violations. Okie does not like these violations. He doesn't feel like he should have been charged. I personally typically agree with him, but I think when he sees the video here, he'll realize that he was raising his shoulder. Now he realizes that he needs to slug this guy pretty hard. So look out, Psycho. 1, 2, 3. And then,
oh, good catch.
That was a clean slap.
Beautiful catch.
Now Okie was upset that Frank caught his man.
You're allowed to catch him.
I don't think he realized.
Quit being upset and just fucking slap.
You hear me? Try again.
All right, so Psycho's going to take a knee here and take his full minute to recover. That was a hard slap. That one was a clean slap. All right, he's having a conversation with himself here, Mark. I know you've been there before.
I just made eye contact with him. He's going to do it.
At least stand up and take that slap. His bell is rung, though. We're getting close on his time here. Okie Savage finally tuned it in there and got the knockdown.
There you go. He's all right. I like this guy.
All right. I don't know if either one of these guys realize it, but this is one of the ugliest fights I've seen in a while. But both of these guys are slinging some big meat.
You ain't kidding. This is critical right here.
Okay, now one of our security guys has had to put his wife back in her seat. Oh, and he raised his shoulder again.
He raised his shoulder.
Yeah, his shoulder's coming up a lot. That's going to be a flinching warning. Yep, they're calling it.
Yes, he's flinching.
All right, so he's resisting that penalty, but he did raise his shoulders there, and that's going to be the second violation for flinching. Yeah, he's going to lose a turn here. It's what's going to happen. And this is really unfortunate because OKIE Savage is clearly the more powerful slapper. He's the favorite in the tournament, but he
got dropped and he rolled his shoulder.
Yeah, the problem is he's going to lose his 4th round slap because of the shoulder rolling, and I don't think he has any idea that's happening, but it's definitely happening. And it's really frustrating for him because this is a guy that trains real hard. All right, the timekeeper and the judge are having a conversation here, and it turns out that, yes, indeed, that's the second violation, and that's a loss of a turn, and this makes things just a little bit uglier than we thought. Okay, that time, oh my God! That time he did not raise his shoulder, and he is down on his ass, Mark.
Whole time.
But Okie's back up. He's not down for long. Holy smokes, Mark Coleman.
Tons of pressure on that man.
Big moment here for Psycho. He dug deep after the last shot, and now OKIE Savage did not raise his shoulder. That was clean, and he got put down. That does not mean the match is over, Mark, but that was a big moment and a big confidence builder for Psycho. I can see on the face of OKIE Savage that he is okay, but he got hurt bad.
Second time, he's been rocked. Both times he didn't roll.
Now you can see that Okie's trying to recover. This is a big, strong guy. This is not his first time in combat. But that's he almost fell out of the competition area, Mark. Oh, my God. Now look at the face over here, Mark, of Psycho. All of that worry and concern is gone. All of that struggle is over. He is now smelling blood in the water. And it just happens to be that his name was called, and he's in the corner with his own coach, Frank the Tank. So that's a big plus for him. Okay, the medic has just given me the signal that OKIE Savage is cleared to continue. Wow. And this is the last round of an ugly, ugly fight. OKIE Savage, many people have him picked to win this tournament. And just those little bitty lifts of the shoulder have completely derailed his fight, Mark.
Might have saved him.
Maybe so. Psycho shocking everyone in the room. OKIE Savage woman is now on her feet, three or four rows away from her seat, begging him to be the winner. What happens next? All right, now Psycho all the way down.
What? This is 2 fights in a year in one night already.
I think that was
clean.
Yeah, I mean, that looked clean to me, Mark.
Yeah.
Now, here's the situation. If Psycho can stand up, he has the opportunity to win. If he stays down, this is a knockout for OKIE Savage in one of the ugliest fights. This is a big fight. But it looks like Psycho is going to take a full break here to see if he can get his bearings. This fight could be over, Mark. What a crazy turn of events here. OKIE Savage pulling it out. Okay, the medic's taking a look at Psycho, and immediately Psycho gets real serious. Oh, hell, he says he wants to continue.
Let's go!
Okay, he's got the go-ahead.
Let's go, baby!
Did not expect to see this continue.
Take your time.
Wow, Mark Coleman. Fight of the night so far. Big surprise here. Psycho from Team Tank putting OKIE Savage down.
My dark horse.
That's true. That is true. Watch that shoulder.
Oh, he moved.
He moved it. All right, we're going to see if they're going to call that. Yeah, I don't think he realizes that's happening.
Well, the judge did, the ref did, so that's what matters.
Oh, it's a flinch. It's a flinch.
It's a flinch. Call it.
You can't call penalties from the box, but I have to be honest with you, this is a shocker. That was a shoulder roll. We've got a shoulder roll from Okie Savage, and what that means, unfortunately, is that he's going to lose another turn here due to penalty. And unfortunately, that means this is the 5th round, and that means that we're not able to give another slap because it's a tournament.
Wow, that is.
Yeah, it's just really, really unfortunate. We're going to the judges. We're going to the judges' scorecards here. Let's while the judges are tallying their scores, Mark. Oh, they're ready. I think they've got it. Holy crap! Wow!
He dropped him twice, bro.
Holy crap! This is a situation where just the little tiny shoulder lifts have controlled the outcome of this fight, and
Big
Psycho
time.
has gotten the biggest surprise victory of the tournament. Let's listen in here.
One thing we've learned is even if we're rocked, you guys both still have power. How are you feeling?
I'm rocked.
You're rocked.
Dazed. Yeah, he's hard hitting.
Yes, you guys both hit pretty hard. Now, what was happening, at least what we saw, is as you were hitting those first ones, his shoulder was coming up right when you were going. It would clip and then come up a little high, but it was caused by his shoulders raising up. Did you feel that happen? Did you feel the contact with the shoulder?
Yeah, that's what I told Frank after that first one, man. My pinky
Actually
part
hurt
of my
your hand a little bit on the shoulder. Gotcha. Well, hopefully you got a little bit of time to recover. Go see the medic. Make sure you're okay. Any shout out you want to give?
Yeah, to my fiance. She actually had a mild heart attack last night and is in the hospital right now. So.
Well, hopefully she's not watching. Because that's probably not good for her heart, right?
You're right.
Well, prayers and thoughts go to her. And good job tonight. Great debut. Hopefully we'll see you in a little bit. Your winner, Psycho! That's a bomb.
Mark Coleman went to the green room while we were away and loaded up on snacks and got me nothing. Mark's got all the snacks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just talk about how incredible the first 4 fights of the Last Man Standing tournament were. Unbelievable what we just saw. An incredible upset. Psycho defeating probably a lot of folks' #1 seed in the tournament, the Okie Savage. Actually, I'll rephrase that. I think Okie Savage defeated himself tonight. He had a lot of power. He had the chance at a big knockout, but that inadvertent shoulder lift, we've been battling that for a long time here at SlapFIGHT, and just every once in a while a fighter will have that happen involuntarily, and I think that's what happened. I'm sure Okie Savage is beside himself, but we know he'll be back again, and it won't be long. In the meantime, we've got 4 guys left in the tournament bracket. They'll be recovering now, and we've got our alternate fight, which means now the alternates, since they weren't needed in the first 5 rounds of the tournament, these two gentlemen will come out now and fight for 10 rounds, because if they get in the tournament later, they'll have to have had the same amount of possible rounds as everyone else. So what you're about to see are our two alternate fighters, 10-round matchup. The winner becomes the alternate in case someone is hurt before the final. Let's take it back down to the barrel and our host, Dallin the Secret Weapon Gatling.
All right, guys. SlapKage, come on up here. You know the routine. I'm going to send you over to Frank, and he's going to be your corner man. And I don't know if you've been watching these fights, if it's got you more pumped up or freaked out, or what, how you feeling?
I'm just focused.
You're just focused. All right. Well, I'll stop talking. I'll let you be focused. Go get him. All right. All right, Mateo, come on over here. So, Teo, this is your debut. You've seen some crazy things tonight, especially that last match.
Very extreme.
Yeah, do you feel like you've learned some stuff already?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're going to be able to apply it? Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Well, you're going to have Rocky be your corner, guys. He's got your jersey for you. And good luck to both of you. Kyron.
This one is a full 10-round match. Now, Mateo comes to us from Frank the Tank's camp. He's one of the newest members of Frank's team, and he's a good dear friend of Mallet. And Mallet is he won the award at the Legacy show last year for the weirdest slap fighter in America. So he brought us Teo, and Teo is going to prove his mettle tonight against SlapKage. SlapKage's been on a little bit of a hiatus from SlapFIGHT Championship, but we're excited to have him finally back, and this is his first event of 2025. So we're going to go back down to the barrel, and our lead official, Kyron Bowen.
Huge size advantage.
Heads or tails? Tails! Keep clean, tail. Keep
All right, Coleman, I just got some word that the real deal is good. He's in the back. Mild concussion, but he's okay. Nice. All right, here we go. First round.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, clean slap from Teo.
Nice.
Wow, okay, not bad. Yep. Right here at SlapFIGHT Championship, it is all right for the competitors to wear their glasses when they're slapping and take them off when they're not. That means all nerds are welcome. Here we go, round one for SlapKage.
Did you think of that idea?
I did. SlapKage is going to go ahead and take a knee here out of respect, but Teo is down.
Button shot.
All right, Teo's going to pop back up here and show us that he's a tough guy. But wow, Mark Coleman.
Welcome to Slap Fighting, Mr. Teo.
All right, so now we see what Teo is made of. He's going to pop back up here and return fire. And you can kind of see the concern on his face, but he's not going to quit. Now SlapKage is going to take a shot from the visibly affected Teo, Mark.
Proud man.
Hold. Can't stagger your feet. All right, Teo was just about to hit his Muay Thai striking stance and popped this dude. All right, we're back in the biz here. Teo's going to start over on his swing here. Big, long arms. Here we go. Good extension, Mark. Oh, and good slap. Good slap from Teo.
Great
Really impressive form from Teo. No foot movement, good placement, good extension. Not a lot of power just yet, but this is the first time, and he's got a few rounds here left to experience this. And that is if he can take another one of these big shots from SlapKage.
Where do you find that power?
SlapKage from Corsicana, Texas. Teo from Fulton, Missouri. 2, 3. Oh, and he takes it. All right, Teo's going to stay on his feet.
Man, it's going to be a long night.
There was a little bit of conversation there about a penalty, a violation, but I didn't see it myself. Okay, he's give a friendly warning here to SlapKage. I think it was his placement. All right, so SlapKage in the zone. This will not be the first 10-rounder for SlapKage, but it will be the first fight ever for Teo, who's already been down once. Round 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was a great slap.
Yes.
Teo's starting to find his mark.
The thing about slap fighting is you train to slap, but you don't train getting slapped.
That's right. That's right. It's a whole.
Teo's got the slap, but we got to see if he can take one here.
Teo definitely has the fundamentals of the game, and now we're just going to have to see what this chin check will do for him tonight.
Chin's way out there. Big target.
And that's a good shot, but Teo's going to eat it. Yep. Wow. Mark Coleman, this is a tough kid. Another tough fighter out of Frank the Tank's camp. And that's a very difficult situation for Frank because he's having to corner against his guy.
It's going to be a long night, and the tougher he is, it makes it longer.
Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't mean he's not still in the fight. Yeah,
he's kidding.
We've seen SlapKage take a nap in the past. We know that it can happen, but he does look very, very determined.
I don't think he's taken his best shot yet either. We'll see what's right here. The whole hand.
SlapKage is the smallest competitor in the tournament.
Got this. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! SlapKage on his feet. Whoa! That's going to be a knockdown for Teo.
With the whole hand.
Now SlapKage, it may be over.
That's a big one.
Teo's going to take a knee here out of respect. Wow, Mark Coleman, Teo finally finding his mark. And we've got a visibly hurt SlapKage here, and the medic
does not look good.
The medic is very close here. He's taking a good look.
That 20-pound size difference came in handy right there.
All right, Teo got dropped.
I'd be yelling to get up, but I'm just not feeling it right now.
But Teo got dropped in the first round, stayed on his feet for the next 2 big shots, finally found his mark, and you can see where SlapKage's not necessarily sure-footed just yet. He's got a little bit more time here to recover, and it looks like he's going to step back to the barrel and try to get another big knockdown. Look at him. He's looking the medic in the eyes here. He does not want us to call the fight. All right, he's got the go-ahead.
Got to get your confidence back. Just knock the confidence right out of him.
That was a good recovery for SlapKage. That was a fast recovery. Here we go. 2, 3. Oh, and another great shot from SlapKage. Accurate, solid, scoring points, chopping wood. This is a very, very even fight so far. No. It's a 10-round fight, so we're about midway here. And so far, there's no clear winner. That was a big shot, Mark. Wow. SlapKage takes it, and he's not quite here. Oh, and he got the towel caught up in his glasses. It was like a weird, embarrassing thing there. Oh, man.
Wow, he just slow-mo that one. That'd be a hell of a slow-mo.
Okay, now, I'm not
He
so
wanted
sure
to
the
sit
medic.
down. He said, I don't want to sit.
Mark, I don't know if the medic's going to let him
No,
continue.
I don't.
It's it looks like he's recovered again, but I'm not so sure if I'm seeing what the medic is seeing.
I had a bad feeling about the last knockdown.
Okay, they're going to reluctantly let him continue here. SlapKage's a tough Texan, but they're keeping an eye on him. In fact, the medic is just actually right here by the mat, keeping a big eye. Now, SlapKage needs to drop this cat, Mark, because this fight ain't making it 10 rounds, brother.
Perfect slap right here.
Oh, wow, Teo takes another big shot. SlapKage's technique looks fantastic.
Strong as he goes.
Very little movement, no flinching. Kage looks great, but this fight is really high risk. All right, this time Teo decided not to put on his glasses. He's living on the edge, Mark.
Might miss.
Solid windup. Got a club, Mark.
Did you see it?
I did not, but our official, our lead official and our line official have both called this club, so I don't know that
he took a club, man. Ten rounds.
All right, so just had a quick conversation with the medic. He's watching SlapKage very close. I would imagine that if SlapKage were to take another big shot, this might be a TKO. However, we also know that Kage has the power to drop Teo.
Yes. Got to give him that chance.
I think they're going to let him go. You can see his recovery is fast.
That was a big shot. He just took that one.
Yeah, his recovery's fast. He's not necessarily super sure-footed, but this is his opportunity to make a statement here. SlapKage's on a little bit of a win streak. He would love to have another. Oh, and he slapped him in the eyeball. Yeah, they're going to call the club warning, Mark. Yeah, I saw it too. Just as soon as I bragged on how clean it was, we got a little bit of a problem here. And of course, SlapKage's equilibrium is just a little bit wonky.
Both of them are.
And his hair's all messed up. Pretty impressed with Teo here. He's got good power. He's got good technique. Just another powerhouse out of Team Tank in Fulton, Missouri. Okay, Teo was trying to warm up with some kind of a weird calypso beat. Here we go. All right, SlapKage's back.
Stared him down.
He's back. He just told Frank, he said, my face hurts. Frank said, you just got slapped. The audience knows quite a bit about slapping. They're telling him, don't take out your mouthpiece. They know his mouth will swell. All right, now Teo running away with the fight, but still Kage refuses to go down. Shot to the eyeball. Oh, that's tough.
Wow, that would hurt.
Look at this guy, Mark. He is having a hard time staying on his feet. That was a club. Rocky's not going to touch him here. Here at SlapFIGHT Championship, if your cornerman has to assist you, it does count as a knockdown. So Rocky's staying away from Teo here, making sure he doesn't give him the accidental knockdown. But Teo knows now that getting slapped in the eyeball sucks. So our lead official, Kyron Bowen, is giving him a quick little cognizance test here, but you'll notice he won't go any higher than 4 when they're counting. That's a personal problem of Kyron's. right, now Mateo got a big goiter on his left eyeball here, courtesy of SlapKage. I can't remember what he looked like before this match, but he doesn't look better. Great fights tonight, Mark.
Yeah.
Great tournament. We're just in it.
Fight.
Still in the first round of the last man standing. These two gentlemen are battling to be the alternate. Oh, and another great shot.
Yep.
But Kage's going to eat it.
2 in a row.
We are in the 9th round here, Mark.
Damn, that went fast.
And it's kind of a weird one there, yeah.
Numb. Faces are numb.
All right, Kage's going to have another shot here. Now, this is a big round for Kage. It's been a back-and-forth match, but this is his final slap, and he needs to put this guy down. The scorekeeper has just informed me that he had made a mistake and told me the wrong round. That's a lot of mistakes he makes, Mark, but this is the 9th round. So SlapKage has 2 more shots. We need a new scorekeeper over here. Okay, slapped him in the face. Not a lot happened. Let's keep going. Mark, will be honest with you, if Teo does get to come into the tournament, his face looks like hamburger meat. He's not going to want to continue, and that's going to make it tough for him if he gets called in. Kage, on the other hand, still in the fight, but needs a big move here, maybe like a spin move or some kind of a takedown.
Well, if winning an 8-man tournament was that easy, would it be worth it? So, yeah, he's going to
That's a good point.
Suck it up and get in there with some damage done.
I see in the crowd, back in the crowd, we see Tyson Duffy from another PLN Sport Putt Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Duffy was one of the stars of our first season. And hopefully we'll see him in season 2. All right, our scorekeepers say this is round 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, it was a little high, but it was all fingers, and that makes it clean.
Yep.
All right, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
One more.
Look at the face of SlapKage. A lot of people think he looks like Martha Washington. I think that's just the hair. This is it. Round 10, SlapKage. Wow!
I don't know who won this, Jay.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I wouldn't want to be a judge. I would not want to be a judge. This was a good fight.
How many fouls?
They're calculating now. I tell you, Mark Coleman, that was a great fight. It's not always that the alternate fight would be one of the better fights, but tonight, fantastic.
Great fight, guys.
All right, I think they've got a winner here.
Ladies and gentlemen, great bout. We do have a winner. Your winner, Teo!
With the big win, Mark. Holy smokes!
He was struggling the first 2 rounds. Hold it together.
It was a great fight, but in the end, the newcomer becomes the alternate for the last man standing tournament.
And you, sir, lesser man would not have gotten back up after that first shot, but from then on, while it looked like it stung, it didn't look like you were rocked at all. Is that accurate?
I grew up in San Antonio where violence is known, so it's pretty much, yeah.
Well, man, he's from the mean streets of San Antonio, he says. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this is your debut. How are you feeling about the whole thing?
Where am I?
San Antonio, brother. All right, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, to my boys that are watching back home and my team, you know, appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Is your team back there?
Yeah, Frank.
All right, man. Well, great debut. Once you got that first one out of the way, you looked really good. I look forward to seeing you some more.
Appreciate it.
Teo!
while we were away, you leaned over and said to me, this is one of the sickest cards we've had in a while. I agree.
Ever.
These are some crazy fights. Those of you watching at home, we've seen some incredible comebacks. We've seen some newcomers defeat some veterans. Our number one seed has been eliminated by a guy with no experience. I mean, it has been an absolutely bonkers night. But we have to move on, Mark. It's time for the semifinals. And very, very simple. One of the things I would say that we've noticed tonight is there's a lot of shoulder rolling, and there's a big conversation on the internet and the chat about the lifting of the shoulders and the tucking of the chin. Here at SlapFIGHT Championship, you can tuck your chin, but it cannot make contact with your chest. The official needs to be able to get in there with his flattened hand and make sure and keep your chin from touching your chest. But the moment that you raise your shoulder to block, that's going to be a flinch, and so that's what's happening tonight. A few guys just didn't have control of their shoulders, and they lost their fights as a result, Mark.
It's directly coming from fear.
You think that's yeah?
Well, that's why they're flinching. That's what I think.
I do feel like that shows the evolution of the sport. When we first started the sport, we had a lot of different strategies, but we didn't have the shoulder rolls. The shoulder rolls came around year 5,
not good.
And it's costing guys fights. Guys, you got to be very careful with that. But the chin tucking is allowed, provided that the official okays it. So we're going to go into the semifinals, and what that means is, if I can get my trusty stank hat. And we've got all 4 of our finalists. Now, very quickly, I want to remind you, so far our winners in the tournament are Psycho, OKUMA, 915, Slim Reaper, and Biscuit. And what that means is we're going to pick one of those names to see who's going to continue in the tournament. So if you'll stay with me here, we're about to do this. It's hard to make it suspenseful when it's just an old wet hat. Smells like fish. Biscuit.
Obviously, this doesn't just affect your match, but it'll affect what the next match is going to be. I don't know if that comes into play with who you decide, but it's your choice. Do you already know who you want?
Let's go with the new guy.
He's calling out Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho. No, he's talking about Psycho, right? Or are you talking about Teo? You're talking about Psycho, right?
Oh, yeah, he can't go now, can he?
So who are you calling out? I'm trying to figure out. He said the new guy. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Which guy? Yeah, you can call either those guys, either of those 3.
Slim and me are being kind of going back. Where's he at?
Oh, Biscuit's easy going. Sound like Slim wanted to talk him into it, and Biscuit said, "I'll be your Huckleberry." All right, so go ahead and go over here, Biscuit. Obviously, I know you're not going to decline because you were asking for it. Sounded like.
Yeah, I told him it's really between me and Okuma. I believe Psycho had the last match out of the tournament before they did the intermission one, so, it's only fair.
All right. Well, good luck. And Biscuit and Slim Reaper will be our next match.
That Psycho did not pass the physical and won't be allowed to fight in the semifinal. And what that means is Mateo is going to be getting a berth into the semifinals after a 10-round fight. So this is a tough break for Teo, but he's going to have that opportunity to face OKUMA 915.
Beautiful.
Now, back at the barrel, we've got our first semifinal matchup. I'm not sure how that choice was made, but Biscuit is about to take the first slap in this 5-round match from our current light heavyweight champion, Slim Reaper, and Biscuit wants the payback. Now, again, we're talking about the chin tuck. Take a look at Biscuit here, the way his tuck is. Very, very easily, you can get your hand underneath the chin to make sure he's not tucked all the way, but you can see how his shoulders are not rolled forward. They're rolled back, His chin is protected as much as possible, and he's not leaning over the barrel like a lot of the newcomers.
Real solid stance.
This is a solid stance. This is as much as you can get away with. Slap can still make it through, but it's very defensive. And in turn-based combat like this, Mark, you've got to have some sort of a defensive strategy. BISCUIT has a great one.
Two of the toughest chins in the business right here.
All right, nothing. It looks like no damage whatsoever. It didn't sound like a slap. It sounded like a club, but from where I'm sitting, it looked legal.
You look legal.
Okay, so BISCUIT eats the first slap, and now he's waiting for the champ to come back to the barrel and take his medicine.
Go, guys. Bell. We got duties coming. Bell.
There's a crazy vibe in the audience. There's been a lot of disappointing losses here. Some of these people are really upset, but we're watching the new champion fight his way into existence. Okay, now here's kind of a crazy thing that's happened. Slim Reaper, he's well known for screaming at his opponents. But the problem was that last night he was here at PLN Studios at the weigh-ins, and he was making all kinds of racket, and he has gone hoarse. So now his war cry sounds a little bit like just kind of a wet fart. All right, Frank the Tank and the Slim Reaper have come up with a crazy strategy here that involves the Slim Reaper. I don't know what he's doing with his hands. I think there's ice in the towel. Are they icing his hand, Mark?
I didn't see it.
Ice in the towel and rubbing it on his hand. I don't know what that is, but it's legal. BISCUIT was my dark horse, and it's good to see him in the semis, but he's got a tough one here, Mark. Nothing happened there. Nothing at all. Just a waste of a slap, and BISCUIT, of course, just kind of enjoying himself and hoping that the baby slaps continue. SlapFIGHT Championship, Last Man Standing, brought to you by Pro League Network. PLN bringing you all of the crazy sports you love, always on your news feed. Find out more at ProLeagueNetwork.com. We'd love to have you. Follow, like, subscribe on all social media, and support the growth of niche sports across the world. Now let's go back to the barrel. BISCUIT making crazy noises, doing a little bit of dancing here, but the last thing he wants to do is look threatening. Got him in the
He amped that one up as well.
Now, BISCUIT, you can see he didn't mean to do that. He feels horrible.
No.
But that was a crazy shot, and that's a lot of guys would go down from that, Mark. Slim Reaper's going to walk that off. That's a tough break there. That was almost like a right hook. A lot of tension in the room tonight, Mark. Can you feel that?
Yeah, man. It's a big one, man.
A lot of people expected that the OKIE Savage would be in the semifinals. Nobody expected that he would be disabled by the new guy, and the new guy, of course, dropping out of the tournament due to the doctor.
OKUMA just sitting over there looking calm and confident.
Yeah,
man.
this puts OKUMA in a good position.
Real good.
Here we go. Big windup from Slim Reaper. Okay. Slim's not doing a lot of damage, Mark.
No, he's a little short on that.
He's landing clean slaps. There's not a lot of penalties here, but he's not doing the normal damage that we're used to seeing from Slim Reaper. And BISCUIT says, get back here. We got work to do. Bottom of the third.
Going very fast. Somebody needs a big slap. Let's go.
BISCUIT here. He's gone back to his original technique tonight, I've noticed. Here he goes. Oh, good slap.
And
Good slap, and the Slim Reaper did not like it. He did not like that at all. He's going to take a little walk here, and Biscuit is going to stay at the barrel and wait for him.
He's taking a couple real hard ones now.
Slim Reaper really letting the judges see the damage that's being done here. He's not even trying to hide the fact that these slaps hurt.
The last one was a club, though, so
look at Biscuit, Mark. Look at his face, Mark. He's having a great time. He's not taking a lot of damage. His first fight was great. His second fight so far, a little bit easier than one would have expected. And Slim Reaper absolutely does not like that he's behind. Look how far away from the barrel, Mark.
Yeah.
This is a good strategy from Biscuit.
1, 2, 3.
Good slap from Slim.
A little short again. Biscuit is.
Yeah.
If you did, like you just said, Biscuit is a little far away from the barrel.
He's using a nice strategy. You see a lot of veterans do that here. At SlapFIGHT Championship, you can move your opponent toward the barrel if you feel like you can't reach his chin. And Slim Reaper just kind of let that one slide. Biscuit's a real sly dog.
Going to cost him.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Falling behind.
Here at SlapFIGHT Championship, the heel of the hand can make contact with the chin, but it cannot extend any deeper than the tip of the chin. And so these guys are dancing that dance, and Slim Reaper's fingers keep landing. He's not getting a lot of the heel of his hand. And that's partially due to Biscuit using that strategy of staying further from the barrel. Now, when he slaps, you notice he's a little closer.
1, 2, 3.
Another high shot.
Another club. Got two clubs.
Okay, they're going to call him on that one, Mark. That's going to be a warning for clubbing. Biscuit last year marked 96.4% clean slaps from Biscuit.
Man, he's having a rough day. It's the third one, I think.
It's the second. It's the first club that he's had in this match. Yeah. There's a lot of pressure. These guys are. I don't know if it's translating through the screen, but there is a lot of tension and a lot of pressure. This match in particular decides our first finalist, and both of these guys were in the conversation of who would be in the finals.
For sure.
But Slim Reaper on paper should be running away with this match. It's just not happening like that. And I don't know if you heard, but our lead official, Kyron Bowen, he said this is the final round of a great slap fight. Slim Reaper dropping it like it's hot.
You've done it before. Let's do it.
Here we go. Good slap from Slim Reaper, but he was talking to somebody in the audience, Mark, showboating a little bit.
No, I didn't. Not much.
I don't know if he's going to win this fight, Mark.
No, I got it. Well, the club is going to hurt, but I got Biscuit winning by damage, but I don't know what that club's going to be to him.
It looks like it's possible Biscuit could take this fight.
He needs a big one here to lock it in, maybe.
Clean matters. Clean matters. And Biscuit is a clean slapper. His team is fantastic. They train very, very hard in Fulton, Missouri. And tonight was an opportunity for him to win 3 decisions and steal this title.
1, 2, 3.
Clean slap. Slim Reaper seems to feel like he's won that match.
I don't know.
We're going to find out here. This is a tough one to call. I love both of these guys. I don't know who the winner will be, but let's listen in.
Nobody. Both just kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a judge decision. Your winner is on Slim Reaper!
All right, just enough it seems.
Yeah, that was just, they kind of were slapping not to lose instead of slapping to win.
All right, Slim, you advanced. That was a tough one. You guys have gone before. I think that was the toughest one that he's, biggest challenge he's given you. I actually gave him the edge until that last warning, and that might have kicked you over the edge. How did you feel about that?
I loved it. I kind of figured this was kind of how it was going to play out. Me and the other competitors have talked, And I felt like all the standings on Facebook literally claimed where it was going to be. So, I can't wait for the next event. I want to give a shout out to my daughters and tell them that I love them and I miss them, and I hope to see them soon. And congratulations to everybody else, and get ready for some more.
That's right. You got one more, brother. All right, Slim Reaper.
All right, Mark Coleman, we are here at the second semifinal, and I've got some news, guys. We found out from our medic backstage that the real deal is okay. He's got a slight concussion, but he's been through worse. You can almost hit him with your car, and he's going to be okay. So Amir Nuruddin, the real deal, he's okay. He's backstage, I think, recovering. And also we found out that Psycho has not cleared the doctor's physical to continue, so our alternate will now have his opportunity to step in as the second semifinalist to face OKUMA 915. So this is a big deal. We've already seen a newcomer disable our number one seed, which was OKIE Savage. We saw Psycho disable him, and now Psycho's teammate, Teo, will step in for him as the alternate and face OKUMA 915, the former middleweight champion, in the second semifinal. Let's take it down to the barrel, Mark. Well said. And our host, Dallin Getling.
All right. We got you guys. Come on over here, OKUMA. You feeling good?
Yeah, I feel good.
All right, you're looking good. Let's get you on this side over here. Teo. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, brother. We're going to do this. OKUMA 915 and Teo. Let's do it.
Let's go. This is a crazy situation. OKUMA in the semifinals, he was set to face the man who disabled OKIE Savage, but in a twist of fate, Psycho cannot continue, and Teo, his teammate, will step in after fighting 10 rounds with SLAPKAGE.
I believe Teo's going to have his hands full. OKUMA is slapping at a high rate of power and speed.
I agree.
It could be ugly.
Could be ugly. Could be another shocker here. Frank the Tank, confident in his man, and OKUMA wins the coin toss. And this is going to tell us a lot, Mark Coleman. OKUMA with this first fight, this first slap of this 5-round fight. And the crowd is electric. Can you hear the crowd, Mark? Holy smokes.
Let's go.
OKUMA's going to wipe his feet. He doesn't want any pivoting.
Hopefully that anger's still in him. He was on fire that first round.
He was really, really animated. Teo looks a little nervous, but he's in it, man. I like this kid.
Better be ready. It's going to be a big whack right here.
Go, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, Teo! Oh! Teo goes down!
Delayed knockout.
Wow!
Yeah, I was surprised he took it.
That was a clean slap from OKUMA. Kind of a delayed reaction there, but Teo's trying to recover here.
I think that's it, JT.
It might be the end, Mark. Man. It might be all she
wrote. He ain't moving right.
He's trying to recover, but it may not happen. Now his coach Frank has called in the medic, and now the medic's going to take a look.
That was power.
That was a great, great, great shot, and Teo Teo is now rethinking
hell of a main event.
a few of his life choices, but he's got a few seconds left here to see if he wants to return to the barrel. But I don't know that the medic's the medic's going to call it.
Jeez. Wow. Like, look at that main event, JT.
The main event tonight, OKUMA 915 versus the Slim Reaper. It's a rematch that everyone's been waiting to see, and I can't believe it's happening tonight as our main event. Now, right now, it's all about Teo and making sure that Teo's okay. And while we're doing so, let's take a look at the replay. All right, so the medic has, they're taking Teo back to the medical area. They're going to take a look at him, and I just have to tell you, I'm very, very excited about the rematch that we're about to see. But first, let's go back down to the barrel, and let's take a moment here with our lead official and our host and our winner, OKUMA 915.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our winner by TKO, OKUMA 915! I had to get you one of these again. Yeah. You're collecting quite a few of these. Yeah. And you're not done yet, are you?
No, I'm not.
Well, yeah, that was went exactly how you'd like it, so no damage. You're moving on to that last final.
Yeah, I finally get the rematch everybody wants to see, me and Slim.
Yes. Yeah. So
I'm ready.
You're
I'm
motivated,
ready.
man.
I'm ready.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully Slim's ready. We're going to cut to a little montage here, but it sounds like you're ready to go as soon as we are. All right, brother, let's do this. Your winner, OKUMA 915.
The greatest slap fight of all time, hands down, would be Darius the Destroyer versus Wolverine. It happened, it was the main event of an event called Titans Clash. I think it was our 13th event. It was in 2021. Main event, it was for the heavyweight championship of SlapFIGHT, and it went 27 rounds. And that was back in the day. All of the fights were unlimited rounds back in those days. We hadn't allowed guys to change levels when they strike yet. All the strikes back in those days were coming from shoulder height, and so not as many knockouts. It was just a lot of battles, and so we would let guys go unlimited rounds. Sometimes it would be 12, 14, maybe 15, but never before had we seen a 27-rounder. It was eventually stopped by the doctors, and that was the last unlimited round match in the history of the sport. We don't do them anymore. No one else ever will. So it will go down in history as the greatest slap fight of all time. In fact, when Dana White and his people called me, they had the idea to start Power Slap. They told me, everybody in the company said, oh, the greatest fight ever, Wolverine versus Darius. You have to bring us Wolverine versus Darius. It was because of this fight. So I know that universally everyone agrees, two of the greatest slappers of all time, regardless of promotion, and the single greatest fight in the history of the sport, during the sport's biggest boom, Wolverine versus Darius, Titans Clash, 45-minute fight.
SlapFIGHT fans, this is your main event. It is for the SlapFIGHT Heavyweight Championship. Once again, weighing in at 233 pounds, from Mountain Home, Arkansas, the Wolverine! And the SlapFIGHT Heavyweight Champion, weighing in at 263 pounds, from Kirbyville, Missouri, Darius the Destroyer!
Using a new technique. Here we go. Darius just doesn't move. Okay. Oh, that was a big flinch. Oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, a little low. Really supercharged that one down there. Oh boy. Oh, Perfect Wolverine targeting. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, absolutely clobbered him with that one. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. He responds by knocking the cotton out of Wolverine's ear. Oh. We have another penalty here. Oh my God, the sound of that slap. All right, Darius did not like the light. He did not like that one. Another penalty on Darius. Oh, a little high, little high. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Another flinching violation on Darius, and he takes them both with ease. Oh. Darius just fine stretching out his jaw a little bit. Oh. That was kind of a rising slap. Oh, not enough. Oh, the cotton ball flies at the referee again. But still delivers an on-target shot.
Round 26.
Blood dripping off of his mouthpiece and everything. Wolverine back in the crucible. 1, 2, 3. Wolverine back in his element. He's on the attack here. This is when he does his best work. 1, 2, 3. Wolverine's shaking his head. He can't believe it either. That's it. He finally calls it. He realized that he was dealing with an immortal being. Darius the Destroyer, the champion.
Listen, still the heavyweight champion, Darius the Destroyer! It's now time for your SlapFIGHT Championship Last Man Standing main event to crown the Interim Middleweight Champion. This bout will be set for 5 rounds. Kyron Bowen is your official. Introducing first. He hails from Harrison, Arkansas, Slam Reaper. And his opponent from Port Aransas, Texas, OKUMA 915.
I didn't know that. I know. All right, Mark Coleman, we've got the rematch everybody wanted to see. It's OKUMA 915, the former light heavyweight and middleweight champion, versus Slim Reaper, the current light heavyweight champion. Everyone's wanted to see this rematch for about a year now, and tonight we see it as the final matchup of the Last Man Standing tournament.
Going to see a lot of respect out of these two guys.
These two guys have got a history. This was the final of the 2023 Invitational Tournament. You were there, Mark. It's OKUMA won. OKUMA won that match, won the title, then later lost it to Slim. Both of these guys have made a run at our current middleweight champion, Runt. They've both fallen short. Whoever wins this 5-round match, Mark, will face Runt on July 18th as a featured fight here at SlapFIGHT Championship to unify the title.
That's as big as it gets right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I spoke to Runt yesterday. He is actively watching this fight, and he cannot wait to return on July 18th to face the winner. And honestly, I do believe these were the two guys that he told me he thought would be in the final. Slim Reaper with the first slap, Mark. OKUMA 915 at the barrel. Plenty of space between the chest and the chin of OKUMA. He's going to have to watch that bouncing.
All on the line right here.
Every bit of it. All right, he's going to find his angle here. He's going to bring his opponent just a little bit closer.
Good call.
And you can see the experience here. He's going to get in there nice and close and find this angle. No shoulder roll from OKUMA. A good 3 inches between the chin and the chest. This is a good shot here. Here we go.
1, 2, 3,
A little bit of a flinch there, yeah. Now, what I've just been told is there was a stepping violation and a flinch. Now, the thing is, you can't call a defensive foul on an offensive penalty. So that means the warning will go to the stepper. The flincher got lucky.
That's big right there. Big
yeah, that's big.
Round.
You can't call a defensive move. If somebody steps, you can't call the flinch. All right, so we're at the bottom of round 1. OKUMA. Oh, a deep chin tuck there. It's still fair, but it's a real deep chin tuck. Here we go.
Fireworks.
OKUMA drops Slim in round 1, and Slim is pissed, Mark.
Did he pass his drug test?
Okay, I just heard him. He said, listen, he said, if I go down, let me go down. Don't catch me.
Yeah.
He's a little fussy with Frank, but of course, Frank trying to be helpful here.
Fine line.
First round's going to go to OKUMA, and OKUMA is hype. You can tell he's already back at the barrel. Slim's going to let the cobwebs clear here. He's got about 30 seconds left, and then he's going to have to return fire.
He's been in the zone all night. OKUMA has not had one bad slap.
I tell you, Slim's been in the zone too, but I can tell his bell is rung, and he's pulling out of the fight. That's the match. We've got OKUMA. Wins the belt. Wow! OKUMA does it. 3 fights in one night, and OKUMA 915 is the middleweight champion once again. Wow!
Battles his demons. Battles his demons, and look at him now, JT. Don't ever quit.
Damn.
Middleweight champion. You also have the opportunity to fight for the undisputed belt on July 18th. That is going to be a massive card. That is going to be headlined by Tim Sylvia and Grizzly. And you know what? I'm not sure if I can say any of the other matches, but let me just say it is stacked. And you know what? I also know that Runt is watching us live. Anything you want to say to him?
Mad respect to Runt. I'm ready for that rematch, and I'm ready for this next event.
All right, man. Well, you look ready.
Yeah. I want to tell my daughter I love her and I miss her, and I just want to thank everybody who supported me in SlapFIGHT Championship.
Right on, man. This is your new interim champion, OKUMA 915. Woo!
here. Can't wait to be live again.
All right, that's it, folks. The last man standing tournament is in the books, and what a crazy turn of events. Mark Coleman, some of the guys I thought I'd see in the semis got eliminated in the first round. It was a crazy, crazy night of slap fighting. Congratulations to all of tonight's winners. Thanks to Dallin, the secret weapon Gatling, the Space Cowboy Jason Jones, and of course everybody at PLN headquarters in New York City. My name is JT Tilley, along with America's sweetheart Mark Coleman, and you've been watching Slap Fight Championship. There's only one.